How can I not show you an update on this? This thing is just off the charts. What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily. Today we're just going to be taking a look at some cool babies that have been growing up in the rack. You know, I like to put those babies in the rack and let them grow. And showing you some stuff we haven't looked at for a couple of months. I have to go every so often through the rack, look at what I got, kind of remind myself of what I'm going to probably be keeping and then what might I want to list for sale. Now, I will say this, that you guys that watch the show, most of the time I sell most of my snakes to people who just watch the show. They contact me, they want a certain snake, they like certain things that they've seen, and I never even list it on Morph Market. So I probably sell more snakes through these videos because I'm kind of explaining, you know, what the snake is, what the genes are. It kind of is a little more personalized than what you see on Morph Market. I need to list more snakes on Morph Market. I'm just kind of lazy, and then sometimes I get, you know, I get seller's remorse. I don't want to put it up. So probably over the next couple of weeks, I'll be listing some stuff. But I do have a lot of cool stuff from 21, 22, and 23. So keep your eye open for these videos that I do. Let's go take a look and see what's in that rack. I love to look at my Kenyan Sandb. It is a snow, which is an albino axanthic, or albino anery, I should say. Also contains that recessive splash gene. And she's burying herself. she doesn't want to be bothered. All right, we'll leave her alone. If you notice, I keep them on this coconut core, very dry. These Sandboas like it really dry. The only thing wet in here is the water bowl. I don't spray it. I don't do anything. And they seem to be doing really well in this setup. This is actually my female. My male has been missing in action for 3 months. Escaped. Haven't found him. I doubt I will, but you never know. One day I might do a video and say, I found my Kenyan Sandb. I'll probably buy another one, but for now I'm growing this female up. All right, a little update on this clutch, which is, I haven't even labeled them all yet. I haven't even ID'd them. They're looking great though. This is my Russo Enchi Clown. That's the same Russo Enchi Clown that I bred to the clutch I showed you the other day. This was bred to a pastel fire Mandarin. It turned out to be head clown somehow. I don't know how, but we've talked about it. The mother was obviously a head clown down the road, misidentified, never told me. So the question is, what is this? More than likely, this is a Russo Enchi Clown. It could be Mandarin too. I don't think it's pastel. It is absolutely gorgeous, this snake. That is one of the nicest clowns I've ever made. Once again, I think it could be Russo Enchi Mandarin Clown. I really do. But it's really hard to tell because Russo Enchi clowns are really orange too. The question is, did we hit the Mandarin gene on this thing? I'm not sure, but obviously I'm gonna have to hold this one back because there's no way I'm letting this thing go. It's just too nice, and once again, sometimes you get lucky. This was certainly a lucky hit. All right, now this is a stuck shed, also clown from the same clutch. This one looks more like Enchi Clown. I don't think there's any Russo. I'm not sure about Mandarin. This is she's in shed, and it looks like it's a stuck shed, so we're gonna pour a little. What I usually do is I'll just pour some water in here, make it nice and damp, give her the ability to rub off that shed. If it doesn't happen in the next day or so, I'll soak her. This is another baby from the same clutch. This is obviously not a visual clown. It is a head clown, but more than likely pastel fire, I think. Probably pastel fire Mandarin, maybe? Could be Russo in there. I'm not sure. Really hard to tell. Very clean looking. Probably more than likely Enchi in here. this is just one of those things, I don't even know. There's a lot of lightning genes in here that lighten things up, and it's going to be really hard to distinguish what this is. Believe me, I keep back a lot of snakes that potentially could have Mandarin in them because I'm afraid to let them go. And I don't want to just give away a Mandarin gene, and I would never sell something if I wasn't sure of it. This just might be staying here, and I don't know. I'm getting bred out and see what we produce with it. Look at that super light dorsal like patterning there. I'm wondering if that's the Russo. Definitely looks Enchi-ish too, so I don't know. It's a nice looking baby, I just don't know what it is. Little leopard blackhead lavender albino post shed. I just showed you some of these. I didn't show this litter, but I showed you some of these blackhead lavenders the other day, and this one just shed out there, so I just wanted to show it off because it's so beautiful. A really, really great combination. Leopard, blackhead lavender albino. I mean, if I was just getting some snakes just to have as like a display animal or just something to show my friends, that would probably be what I got. They're very reasonably priced still, and they're just exquisite. You can see the lavender, the lavender colors are coming in already, where those whites are. They're being replaced with lavender. How can I not show you an update on this? This thing is just off the charts. Super Enchi, possible super disco, hypo rainbow. Is there hurricane in here? Possibly as well. So this is a new combo of rainbow that I've produced. I haven't produced before. It involves a lot of the same genes, but there's just different combinations of them, and really, really clean. This is super clean. I think this is super Enchi because the pinched off head. There's definitely one copy of Disco. The question is there two copies of Disco in here? That's what I'm not sure of. I'm pretty sure it's hypo, and it's definitely rainbow, obviously visual rainbow. See the red eyes. But this is one of the nicest ones I've produced. So I'm really happy with that one. And this was a tough one too because it was a head-to-head. I think it was a head-to-head. This is a boy too, so I'll probably keep him. I don't have that many boys. I have a couple boys. The boys sell fast because everyone wants to get the male rainbow so they can start breeding them right away. So I sell a lot of males. I still have some males left too though, but this boy is going to stay here. Beautiful. Look at this guy. He is just exquisite. He's been putting some good size on already. I mean, he's only like a couple months old. Little black pastel candy that just shed out. Got to show this one off. This little girl I produced last year. She's actually either a candy or a candino. I'm not sure. She's pretty. She doesn't look very candino-ish, but she might be. So a candy gene is a recessive. When you breed a candy to an albino, and you get one copy of each, you get what's called a candino. So they're actually compatible, they're allelic to each other, they act like a super form when combined. So because of the pairing of the parents, I bred a candy to an albino, I bred a candy to a candino. We could have potentially candies, which would be two copies of candy, or we can have a candino, which is one copy of candy, one copy of albino. So I'm not sure, obviously I'm holding her back because she's so beautiful. And black pastel, as we say, the dark morphs work really good at anything albino-ish. Takes away melanin because you get a lot more of the gold flaking, you get a lot more contrast, a lot more popping going on. So once again, another successful shed. Now here's the sister to that one. This one's in shed. You can see she's way darker. So I tend to think that the one I just showed you is candino and this one is the candy. Look, she's essing up. She's looking to attack that camera. So this one I believe is leopard probably, or maybe not even leopard, I don't know. It might just be candy. And it's looking more candy-ish, whereas the other one has a lot more whites in it, which would make it probably candino, but it still has the red eyes. So candies do have red eyes. They are albinos. They look more like T-positive albinos, a little lighter than T-positives, but they are allelic to the regular albino gene in ball python, so kind of makes them unique. Little update on this Orange Dream Ultramel Krypton. So Orange Dream, we know what that is. It's an incomplete dominant. We know that Ultramel is a recessive T-positive trait. And look at that huge ear stripe. This is one copy of Clown, one copy of Cryptic, and we get this cryptic-y looking snake, but the great thing about it, it's really a powerhouse because it does have that one gene of Clown in it. So if you breed this to a Clown, you'll get Clowns or you'll get Cryptic or you'll get Kryptons. So you'll get more of these or you get Clowns. So it's a very powerful combination also with the visual Ultramel in here. So it's really a double recessive with the one copy of Orange Dream. Beautiful. Look at the pattern. You can see it's just really cool. And once again, you can really tell Krypton or Cryptic by that big ear stripe behind that eye. It's a big, usually it's a narrow eye stripe. Now you have this big, fat eye stripe here. And that tips you off right there. Wow, this girl's put on a lot of size. I'm really, really impressed with the way she looks. This is a Blade Hurricane Clown that I produced. We're going on almost, she'll be 2 years old in November. Can't believe it. So she's just been in the rack. I think I actually listed her for sale, possibly. If I didn't, I probably will sell her because I have a banana version of this too. So I don't need two, but this is, I mean, a well-started female right here. She eats really well. I mean, if you're looking for a, not cheap, but if you're looking for a nice Hurricane Blade visual Clown female to get into your breeding project, this is definitely a really nice representative here. Almost looks like it has Orange Dream in it. It's really light too, which is kind of cool. Which is unusual too because of the Hurricane gene in it, but very, very pretty. And we'll end with this girl. It's funny, we haven't even labeled this. All I have is the breeding card here. And this snake was born, I'll tell you when, in May of 22, and I've never even labeled it. I don't know why. It's pretty obvious. This was the result of a breeding of a pastel banana Mojave Clown that was het hypo, bred to a pastel het Clown. She actually looks hypo, to be honest with you. Really. I mean, she potentially could be super pastel banana Mojave Clown, maybe. She's obviously a visual Clown. She's obviously banana. She looks like a hypo banana Clown to me. But I just see flashes of Mojave in here. Maybe that's why I didn't label her. I wasn't sure. Anyone have any suggestions? Think about it. I thought she would develop and I would be able to make better guess. This is a pastel banana Mojave Clown that was het hypo, that was bred to a pastel het Clown, who wasn't het hypo as far as I know, but that doesn't mean anything. She could have been potentially het hypo. So this is a really nice looking snake. I love banana Clown stuff, but this is so clean. Usually banana Clowns by now would probably start getting some speckling on them, something. Doesn't have one iota of speckling, which is what leads me to believe this potentially could have the hypo gene in it. And it looks hypo to me. I don't think Mojave would clean it up this much. And it doesn't look super pastel to me. It looks like it definitely has one copy of pastel, but who knows? Maybe it is super pastel banana. You know, Mojave Clown. Could be that. Definitely could be that. I wouldn't put it past it, and that's why I didn't label it. Not sure. I think we're gonna make this a regular series. What's in Dave's rack? And it'll be snakes that I haven't looked at in a while, stuff that probably should be listed for sale that are not, and that I haven't even told you guys about, or that we haven't looked at in a long time. And so it's all fun, right? Today is one of those lazy days. A lot of recording I'm doing for RX Muscle, my bodybuilding channel, because we have the Mr. Olympia contest coming up in 2 weeks. That's our Super Bowl. I'll be in Orlando that weekend of November 2nd through the 5th. And then it's back to snakes, you know, because once that event's over, it kind of calms down a little bit in the bodybuilding world. But the snakes don't stop breeding. They don't stop laying eggs, having babies, and I'm going to keep showing them to you. So stay tuned. If you like what you're watching, guys, show us the love. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications. Hit that like button. I'll see you back tomorrow morning. Looks like the fam's home.